Hi everyone. I have found a new recipe. Oh, there's Arlene. It's a vegan pot pie, and I decided to make that today. I was going to make it for potluck, but being as every time I make things for potluck, people don't want to eat it, so I'm going to eat it myself. And I will give you the ingredients as I go along. Right now, I have a half a cup of coconut oil, which is organic, and onions in my skillet. And I'm going to cook these until the onions become translucent. And then I'm going to add my ingredients as I go. I didn't measure everything out because I can measure it as I go because I got teaspoons and stuff. But I did measure out the flour because that's the next thing I need to put in here. It might be a little heaping up, but this is going to be quite interesting. And I want to show you the pie crust. I did make a pie crust this morning. My own pie crust. It's vegan pie crust. I will also give that recipe out and pour it in there. Oh, thank you. It's a long ways from Sabbath here. We'll be Sabbath for quite a few hours yet, but thank you. Yeah, I bet you would. I bet you would. Well, believe me, I haven't had my lunch yet, so this is going to be good, but I have to put it in the oven, too. It hasn't been in, I have to get ready to put that in the oven, and I'm going to have to see what it takes to, doesn't say. I think it's 425. So I'm going to have to heat my oven up and get ready to put I think I'm going to do that right now. Set my oven here for 425 so it gets heated up. There. Because I have to preheat that first. Welcome to everybody coming in. I'm just following my instructions here because I printed them out and I want to follow it. Okay. I'm going to add in the flour and stir to combine. Okay, and this is a third cup of flour. Welcome to everybody coming on. Share this out with your friends and followers because this is a whole new recipe that I'm doing. And I've already got the top crust rolled out. That's fun, rolling out the crust, and it's kind of odd shape, but I'll put it on there when I get the rest of this done and show you. This happens to be a Corningware pan that I bought the other day at Target to put this in because I thought it would be better for it because it might need it. Okay, it says to cook for 2 minutes at medium-high heat. Welcome to everybody coming in. I'm just going to keep stirring for a little bit. This is to help others to learn how to become vegan too. It's sad when I'm the only one in the church that eats vegan, and when I take stuff to the potluck, they either don't get eaten because people don't want to go eat vegan, or they eat very little, and I end up bringing it home. So I might as well just stay home and eat it myself because they're all basically vegetarians. They won't eat meat, but they'll eat milk. They'll drink milk. They eat cheese, and they still serve eggs. So, and half the time when I go there, I don't know what I'm eating. I really have no idea what I'm eating. I don't know what is in it or anything. I suppose I should ask, but I don't because I don't know. I know it is, but they're just not vegan. And my son says, well, I can't see myself going vegan. He knows I'm vegan, so he passes up my stuff that's vegan. They just won't eat it. It hurts my feelings to know that people don't even want to try to eat vegan. And yeah, I know that's what you said earlier. It's sad. It's terrible. All right. Now I've got to get the vegetable broth mixed. Let's see what that says for the vegetable broth. 3/4 cup of vegetable broth. And I'm going to put that in here, and then I'm going to whisk it. I've got a silicone whisk so that won't hurt my pan. Okay. And that's all I use is vegetable broth. And they do have these whisks at Walmart. I was looking for something for nonstick for nonstick skillets, and I happened to see this, and I thought, well, that's ideal. I got a whisk that I don't have to worry about scratching up this, because I just bought this skillet the other day at Walmart. And it's a Serapan it's called, but it's got it's stone ground. That's what it is. And it's pull this off. But anyway, let's see. Okay, yeah. Now let me come to you. Okay. Okay. Now I got some almond milk, and that is 2/3 cup. It doesn't matter. This is going to get mixed in my. There we go. Okay, now you had just enough of that. So I whisk this in too. Why am I vegan? Because that's the best way to go. That is the best way to go. Believe me, it is. I'm so much healthier, and I've lost well over 50 pounds by going vegan. I was 250 at one time, and now I'm under 200. I'm about 192, 193. So that's the best way to go, and so much better for you, health-wise and everything. It's much better. I don't eat anything with the face. I don't eat eggs. I don't drink milk. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it took me a while to put it on. You know, you can't take it off overnight either. So, you know, and I figured, well, I might try something. So, and I'm glad I'm sticking by it. Now, I'm following my directions as I go. Add in spices and mix well, it says. All right, let me do my spices. I got my spices up here, and I'll add, okay. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Okay. I've got my things all organized up here. They're not in alphabetical order, but close that so I hit the head on it. 1 teaspoon. And this thing I got from Pampered Chef. It measures out your teaspoons, which makes it very handy. All I do is do it like that, and there it is. Just a teaspoon of garlic powder. Okay. I'll put this back. You can see me, Adam, as I go. I'm not seeing all the comments, so if somebody comments on something. Yes, I did. I used I used refined coconut oil, and I did not. It wasn't melted. It was the solid kind. Is what I used. I think it's better for you that way. If you do use, it's better if you use the onion powder. Sorry about that. I should have got these things out. Here we go. It's a lot better if you use now, some people will cook with unrefined. Unrefined means it just hasn't had the stuff taken out of it. You know, I forgot I can stick these in here because that's what how these are made. Okay, and I'll stir those in a bit. Okay. Stir these in. There's more to go yet. I don't use black pepper, oregano. Now it calls for poultry seasoning, but I'm not sure. It's got your thyme and your sage in that, but I don't know what else it has in it, so I'm going to leave that out. And I'm going to put in the oregano. I do have oregano. Find it first. Sorry about that. I'm a little disorganized. I put them up here, but I didn't put them in any certain order. Now I got to change this to a 1/4 teaspoon. Let's see, where is it? Measure. Okay, there we go. Put this. There we go. Now that's a 1/4. So right there. I've got a brand new thing of oregano. It's not open, so I'm gonna. And basil. I know I just bought some basil yesterday. Here we go. Just brand new thing of basil. You have to bear with me. I have to open it up. Like I said, I'm not paying attention to your comments. If somebody's asking a question and somebody else can answer it, please answer it, because I'm just trying to get this made. And I don't want to take too long. I like to take the cap off and just get to it that way. It's a lot easier for me than trying to do it the other way. I think I need to fix that a little better, but I'll just put that in there for now. And a half a teaspoon of paprika. Okay, let me fix this to half a teaspoon. Okay, then I get my paprika out. And I will, oh, you like a refined and unrefined? I've never used the unrefined. I've always used the refined. I know the unrefined has the coconut taste. Some people do like it and some people don't. I have never used it that way. I've always purchased the refined, so I suppose it doesn't really matter. And you can get plenty of refined and unrefined coconut oil at Walmart. Okay, and then I called for a medium russet potato chop. So I did this sooner. The reason it's brown is because I was watching another Periscope and I cut it up while she was on, Leslie Nance, and I just set it in there. It's gonna get browned anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Wow, I'm getting quite a few people. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. I'm getting quite a few people in here. Wonderful. Praise the Lord. That's great. Okay, now I have to go get my vegetables because they're in the freezer, and I'll open them up, put them in there. And it calls for 16 ounces of vegetables. And this is going to make a nice vegan pot pie. Look at that. It's going to look good. Wow. And you know what? Oh, there my oven is ready. What I might do is, because this is going to take a long time to bake, I could tuck 2 whites bacon, or I could just, after I get it in there, could stop the scope, and then I can come back when it's done and show you what it looks like. Because I want to post it up on Facebook, Instagram. I want to post it up. No, sage isn't in the recipe. I've got paprika in it. I will give you the list of ingredients in a little bit. Paprika, there's onion powder, there's garlic powder. It's got a potato in it. But this all goes into the oven. And the reason I bought me a Corningware dish is I thought, well, this is going to make quite a bit, which I can see it is a smaller pie pan. It probably would not fit. And don't laugh at my pie crust looking oblong, because they are hard to roll out and get them just perfect. But I measured it, and I think it'll be okay. I just have to trim the ends. So I'm going to put this. I'm sorry for the mess. I got to clean this all up. I mean, I made a mess earlier when I made my pie crust. So I really had to. My dog down here looking for food, as usual. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this and bring it over here. Let's see what that says. Make sure I get everything right. I think I've got everything in here I need. Okay. see. Just everything's all combined. I'll mix it a little bit more, make sure everything's combined. It sure looks like it is. And then it goes into the oven. This is going to be a nice pot pie. Thank you for coming in, everyone. This is wonderful. Turn this off. Don't want to forget to turn that. I did it one day and forgot to turn my burner off. I hope you can see that I'm putting this into the. I'm glad I got this big Corningware, because the other one would have been too small. The original one I had, it would have been too small. Now I'm going to go over and get my pie crust that I've got over here on the other side. And like I said, it's funky looking, but it doesn't take near as much. And I can always trim it up and have to add a little bit more, because I've got a little crust, a little bit of pie dough left. And I'm just going to have to add on to it. And fill in these areas that need to be filled in. And I'm going to cut this, I'll trim this all off afterwards. So I'm not real good at doing pie dough, as you can tell. I've struggled with it, as I haven't made pie dough in ages. And I really had a hard time making it, because we used to make it with lard, pretty much, and Crisco. We used to make it, but this doesn't have any Crisco in it. All it has is coconut oil in it, it has water in it, and flour. That's all this pie dough is made of. And that is a simple pie dough, just as simple as can be. As you can see, this is for me, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but at least I want to be able to fill in on the gaps that I need to fill in. And then I can trim it up if I need to. Like I said, when you roll out pie dough, it doesn't necessarily go the way you want it to go. But it's at least I'm getting the pie pan filled. And I also have to vent it. And once I get it done, it'll look a lot better than it does now. So I know, this is my first time of actually doing pie dough, because I haven't done it in so long. I did it when I was a kid. Since I've been an adult, I really haven't made very many pies and did a pie dough. So for me, this is going to be totally different. So that's about the best I can do with it. Now I'm going to take and cut some slits in it, because you want to vent it. So I think I'm just going to go like this and cut some slits in it like this, because you want to vent it. Like I said, I know this is not perfect, but it's just for me anyway. Are you ready for a piece? Yeah, so am I. Now this got to go in there for about 30-35 minutes. So I'm going to let me put this in the oven for right now. Okay, there, I got it in there. So I can move this up just a little bit. So it's in there now, and I've got pie dough left. But this is the first time I've ever done this, and I like to share with people, and it's a trial and error the first time you do something that you've never done before, and that's why I thought I might make a few mistakes on the pie dough, but at least it came out, and it looks like pie dough. It just, it may not have fit like it should have, but at least I've got it done. So I'm going to throw this in the trash. So we can either talk for that 35 minutes, or I can cut it off, whatever you want me to do. Let me blow my nose first. If you want me to stay on and talk to you for sure I can. Now, like I'm saying, it's got to be in there about 30-35 minutes. I can either stand here and talk to you for that 30 and 35 minutes and stay on Periscope, or I can cut the Periscope and then come back when it's done. Whatever you want me to do, because I want to cut it. Yes, I will. I'll put it all on YouTube. I'm going to put it up on my Facebook group too, and I'll probably put it up on Instagram. Yes, I will always put these up on YouTube, because a lot of people that don't come in here just go into YouTube, and of course there's some that come in here and YouTube as well. You're welcome. Because I always put my stuff up on YouTube because I think it's beneficial. I happened to find this pie crust recipe on YouTube. I was looking this morning. I knew there was one. And I'll tell you what, that has 2 cups of flour. So I use the all-purpose flour. I took 1 teaspoon of salt, and then I just stirred those around together. And then I took 2/3 cup of cold coconut oil. And basically what you do with that is a tablespoon at a time and put it in your batter, because you don't want to do it all at once. You just do it in a batter and mix it around with a fork. And by the time you get done with that 2/3 of coconut oil, you're supposed to look like sand, which it did. And then you have ice cold water. Well, my water on my faucet comes out really cold anyway in this time of year. So I had the ice. I couldn't get to it in my freezer because it's all lumped up. So I thought, well, I'll just get the water as cold as I can, put it in my container, and it just takes about 5 to 8 tablespoons of water. You just do about 2 or 3 at a time, and then mix it in there. And as you go along, and then you get about 3 more. Then you can mix it with your hands. You can always add more water if you need it, and then roll it out on your cutting board or whatever. Okay. I'm sorry, Alexis. I have a tendency to talk too fast. Anyway, as you're adding the water, you do about, I think they said 3 tablespoons at first. And you just, stir it with a fork. And now when you get all those 3 tablespoons in there, then you can do another 3 to 5, which I did 3. And then I got my hands in there and started mixing it with my hands. It's like you're kneading it, I got it into a big ball. Because you had to separate it out. It's hard sometimes to separate it out and know how much, because you can get too much on one and not enough on the other. So then I rolled it out, and it rolled out kind of funky, but I did get it rolled out. Had to add a little extra to it, but I did get that done. And then as you can see, I just put the other one on there. It did. The bottom one takes the most. When you put it like that, it takes the most. But anyway, that's basically all it is a pie crust. It's coconut oil, water, and your flour. Easy peasy. I mean, it's as simple as can be. And you know what's in it. It's just like this pot pie. There's the picture of it. And mine should look just a good. I mean, it's easy peasy because it has everything in it that you can eat. Everything that you know that's good for you. Because so many things that you buy in the stores. Sure, I used to eat pot pies in the stores. But they have chemicals in them that I can't pronounce. It has more than just your vegetables in it and stuff like that. I mean, what the heck? I want to be able to make something where I can make it myself. Of course, I did find this recipe from Vegan Rose. She's the one that did this recipe. And I thought that was the best recipe, so then I printed it out. And it's very, very easy to do. And I know it's going to be good. I'm anticipating getting a lot of good meals out of that pot pie. Oh, you used to eat them for KFC? Yeah. There again, they're probably not vegan either. Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't know. One day, I got a hankering for pot pie, and I said, well, I wonder if there's a vegan pot pie on YouTube. Sure enough, I found a vegan pot pie. Hi, Stacy. You'll have to go back and watch the replay of me making the pot pie, because I now have it in the oven at 425. Hi, good to see you. And I know exactly what's in it. And I will tell you all what I put in it. But I'm going to post this up on my Facebook group. Post it up on my Facebook page. I post it up on your page too as well, Alexis. And I'll put it up on Instagram. First of all, I put a half a cup of coconut oil, solid coconut oil, in my skillet, melted it, and put onions in there. And you make it, you cook until the onions are translucent. That was a half a cup of onion. And then I used a 1/3 cup of flour, which is all-purpose flour. I stirred that in there. It makes the mixture really thick, but you want it that way. You don't want it thin anyway. Then I took 3/4 cup of vegetable broth and whisked that in. Then I took 2/3 a cup almond milk, which is unsweetened. Unsweetened almond milk is what they recommend, which is what I have, and I whisked that in. Then I slowly added my ingredients: garlic powder, onion powder, because I don't use black pepper, oregano, basil, salt. Oh, I think I forgot the salt, but that's okay. It's probably got enough plain in it. And a half a teaspoon of paprika, and then a medium potato. So, and that's all it takes. So it may be a little bland. I could always add salt on it when I eat it. But that's basically all. And a 16-ounce package of your frozen vegetables. Your corn, your peas, your beans, green beans, and carrots. That's exactly what it, and you just stir it all together in your skillet. Put it in your pie crust, and then put your other pie crust on top. Put it in the oven at 425 for about 30-35 minutes. And that's all. And this is the picture what it looks like. This is from Vegan Rose. That's what, when I saw that picture, I thought, wow, that really looks good. So that's what it's going to look like. Oh, yeah, thank you. That's what people keep telling me. But you know something? Yeah, doesn't it though? I watched one of my old Periscopes the other day from, several months ago, or when I first got started or something like that. And I looked at my face then, and I went to the mirror and looked at my face now, and I says, oh my goodness, I have slimmed down, because my face was really fat then, and that's before I started my plant-based, that I'm on, which I should have been doing a long time ago. That's right. They don't fit like they it's real loose on me, but that's the way I like it. I like things loose. You are so very, very welcome. I enjoy sharing with other people. Inspiring people to go vegan. And like I said to those that weren't in here when I first came on, it's unfortunate, but when we have potlucks at church, they're still drinking milk, they're still using eggs and cheese. So if I eat something there at the potluck, I don't know if it's got milk in it, I don't know if it's got cheese in it, I don't know if it's got eggs in it or not. Because, thank you. Because you don't know what the ingredients are. So I've just decided I'm not going to go to the potlucks unless I know what's in that food. Because they are not vegan. I am the only one in the church that's vegan. Even my son's not vegan. He just can't see himself going vegan. That's what a lot of people, they can't, because it's a lifestyle change. And they just cannot see themselves becoming a vegan, but they don't realize it's better for them. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I do. I take my own food, Alexis. However, the last time I took my own food and I took that shepherd's pie, I was very disappointed because I brought over half of it home. It was hardly even touched. And it's a shame that people don't want to eat vegan, but they'll eat all the wrong foods. They'll eat all the stuff with the eggs in it, the milk and the cheese. And I take my own food, and I eat my own food. I eat a salad if it's there. But there again, that isn't a whole lot to eat, And desserts, they're all loaded with sugar. I even made my creamy peanut butter carob pie. I brought it home, about 2 pieces home. Unfortunately, that was eaten. People like that because I used to, before I went on the plant-based diet, before I realized about chocolate, I'd make a chocolate pie, a Hershey bar pie. Well, I don't make that anymore. And so now they don't want to touch my stuff because it's vegan. And it's sad. They just don't realize if they went vegan how much better off they would be. Like I said, I'm the only one in my family. I know it's dumb, but what can I do? I can't convince them to go vegan. They have to choose it for themselves. Yeah, they did like my carob pie. They cut all but 2 pieces, my daughter-in-law, unless there were 2 that weren't eaten and they put them back in the pan again. But I brought 2 home and I was able to eat them. Not all on the same day, of course, but I was able to eat them. But, welcome, Toro. Good to see you. I've got my vegan pot pie is in the oven. It's going to be in there for a little while. But it's sad when they're not willing to bend and do what they have to do. It's a shame. People do not want to go vegan. Hi, Tora. Good to see you. They just are afraid to go vegan. Yes, it is. It is quite tasty. And, it is healthier for you because you're dealing with nothing but plant foods. You're not eating any animal products whatsoever. Yeah, you probably do, Earlene. You know, my potluck, they seem to all go the wrong way. My son and daughter-in-law and the children are not vegans. They're vegetarians. Like my son said, I can't see myself going vegan, Mom. You know, and I thought, yes, you can. Of course, he eats cheese. He says, I know I shouldn't be eating cheese, but that's my downfall. I said, yeah, it is. You need to stop eating cheese. Maybe I should tell him what cheese has in it. Maybe that'll scare him enough that he'll stop eating it. You know, tell everybody in the church, well, you guys know what you're putting into your body. You know, they think they're putting the right things in their bodies, but they're not. You know, they may not be eating meat, but they're putting all the other stuff in their bodies that's full of chemicals. You know, they'll bring lasagna to church. What does the lasagna have in it? It's got cheese. Stuff like that I know has cheese on it and I see the cheese, I won't touch it. But if it's something like a casserole or something that has cheese in it, I would not know that until I bite into it. It's very disappointing to me that I am trying to do what's right, and then I end up eating foods that are going to change the scope of things. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to go back the other way because I was that way too long. I want to be better. I want to be a better person. I want to look better. So I don't want to be putting that kind of stuff in my body. Yeah, it is. It is yummy. I know. It doesn't. It's not good for you to eat anyway. It's a good thing it does make you sick because it's not good to eat anyway. You know, I try to make my own cheese. I've got sliceable cheese I can make or a cheese sauce, and I do eat chow cheese too, that has got tofu in it, which I eat that sparingly. But it's just very difficult to try to eat properly, and then you go to potluck, which we have a potluck tomorrow, and I was intending to make this for potluck, and then I decided, no, it's probably not going to get eaten anyway, and it's a shame. No, not really. It's just that I was too heavy, and I'd been trying to lose weight for the longest time, and I had the hardest time getting the weight off. So I thought I'd better do something about it. So I've been watching Stacy's Scope, and she has been a vegan for quite some time now, and I could see what it's done for her. So she was kind of an influence, and she's the one from our plant-based bunch. So if you're not following her, follow her, because she was quite of an influence on me, and so was Philip the Overcomer. I don't think he's in here right now, but she was an influence on me to help me go vegan, and that's why I started, because I knew that if she could do it, I could do it. You know, and any meat that you're eating, if you're eating meat, you're drinking milk, or you're eating cheese, or you're eating eggs, please stop, because none of it is good for you. No, it doesn't. Quite the contrary. I was 250 pounds before I started. I am now way under that. I am down to in the 190s. So I've lost well over 50 pounds by being on this plant-based diet. There is not hard to do. You have to be diligent. Welcome. Good afternoon, Pam. Good to see you. Or Janet. Good to see you. You have to be diligent. And yes, it's easy to lose weight on your vegan diet. If you're not vegan, you're going to gain weight. It's quite the contrary. Oh, I'm just great. How are you? Yes, I thank you. I'm a lot more full of energy and healthier than I used to be. And I realized, oh, there's Leslie. Hi, Leslie. I just got my vegan pot pie in the oven, but I'm telling people that I have lost well over 50 pounds being on my plant-based diet. And if you're not following Leslie, I would follow her. She is not 100% vegan, but she's 97% there, and she makes a lot of good food. She just got done making a pizza today that absolutely looks delicious. Good to see you, Leslie. Welcome. Thank you for coming in here. And it looked absolutely delicious. I made up my mind I was not going to make my pot pie until I was done watching her Periscope, because I had to miss it yesterday because I was shopping. So I thought I better come in there today, and I wanted to see it. But she is a 5-year cancer survivor, and she can attest to you that eating properly can eradicate cancer. There's a lot of things that cancer hates, and that her motto is cancer hates it. And cancer does hate a lot of things. Absolutely. You don't want to put things into your body that's going to feed on cancer. And she's learned that she knows exactly what her body can take and what it can't. We all need to do the same thing. Get yourself on a vegan diet, or if you don't want to be vegan, at least not eat too much. Now, as I understand it, Leslie doesn't eat a lot of meat, which is good, because we shouldn't have a lot. You shouldn't have that anyway. But she knows what her body can handle. She's done real well. She's a 5-year cancer survivor, and I applaud her for that. I mean, I'd like to ring the bell for her too. That's right. You subscribe on her website. She's got very good information on her website, and I'm a VIP on her website. It's amazing, what she has done, and the way she looks now. She looks very healthy, and she's a beautiful person inside and out. And I enjoy going into her periscopes every day. Even though I don't eat the way she does, I still enjoy going to her periscopes and watching her cook, because she's a fantastic cook. You're welcome, Leslie. I got to give a plug for you. Her website is go2kitchens.com. Go2kitchens.com. So you just go in there. Oh, good. Yes, aren't you finding it's a lot better? Like I said, I was on a kick where I gained weight. I was on Slim Fast for a while, and I don't recommend being on that. When I was younger, I'd be on Slim Fast. Well, that doesn't do anything for you. You don't lose weight on Slim Fast, because I take that and then I wonder why I wasn't losing weight. Well, I realize now I wasn't eating right along with it. But that stuff isn't good for you anyway. But since I've been on this plant-based diet, I've come to understand that I should have been doing this a long time ago. And it's made me feel so much better. I enjoy cooking for other people. And I know Leslie does too. That's why she has her cooking show. She enjoys cooking for other people and inspiring them to stop doing things that's going to be harmful to their body. Thank you for the super hearts, Erlene. Thank you. And I want to inspire people too. Leslie's a real good inspiration. Stacy's a good inspiration. Philip the Overcomer is a good inspiration. Yeah, that's right. You're right. And it's already getting that way anyway. But when I stopped eating meat, I walked past the meat counter and I never gave it a second glance. I did not give it a second glance at all, because I thought, I don't need this stuff. I don't need it at all. Not one bit. But there's a lot of people, they'll just load their grocery carts up with ding-dongs, ho-hos, and all the stuff that they shouldn't be eating. Yes, you're right, Erlene. It is better for the planet, much better, and that's why I'm doing it too. What about fake meat? Well, I do eat some of the stuff with the Morningstar Farms and stuff like that, but not very much of it, because that's processed there again. Best to take and make your own burgers. I think it was not last week. I don't know if it was last week or the week before. I had made some oat burgers. You can follow. If you follow me on Periscope, just go in my profile. That Periscope should be there, how I made the oat burgers, and they're very, very good. If you make it yourself, you know what's in it. You're not putting things in there that are harmful to your body and anything like that. It is expensive. You're right. It's very expensive. That's why me being on living alone, living by myself, I'm on a fixed income, so I don't want to overdo when it comes to buying foods. So I want to eat that's something that's not going to upset my budget or anything like that. But I do buy organic whenever I can. However, I will say this in passing, that organic is quite expensive at times. If it's not feasible for you to buy organic, then don't. But I try to buy it as much as I can. Now, not everything I buy is organic, but I do try to buy it when I can. Now, the spices I have up in my cupboard that I use today are, except for the paprika, they're all organic, because I bought them at Walmart, and I've got a whole bunch of spices. I try to buy organic, like I said, whenever I can. It's just, hi, good to see you, welcome. It's just not feasible since, like I said, I'm on fixed income, and I don't make all that kind of money to be buying a lot of things organic. Fruits, I think probably more so, because, like Leslie said, it's better with them because you don't have pesticides on your skin, especially if you eat an apple that's got the skin on it. Of course, you don't eat the skin of the banana, but there are some fruits that you eat the skin off of. And you don't want to eat that skin if it's had pesticides on it. Good to see you. Welcome. I've got my vegan pot pie in the oven. I'm just waiting for it to come out. I think I can stand here and talk to you for a few minutes. It's got about 20 minutes to go. Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's right. You just use them sparingly, right? I no, I live alone. I do these. I live alone because I am divorced, which is a long story. But I can't give you any advice about relationships. I mean, my relationship fell apart, so sure can't give advice about anybody's relationship. Um, I live alone, and I'm very happy for. Yes, I am. I'm very single. I just turned 70 years old just a couple weeks ago, and we still talk every day. But I am single. I live alone. I have my freedom. I can come and go as I please. And he's not vegan, but I am. Huh. I don't know what advice you need because I'm not a therapist. I can't advise you on things like that. I do not know what to tell you. You know, I can't give advice like that. The thing of it is, this is not a relationship scope. This is a cooking scope. Well, I'm not going to get into that because this is a cooking scope. I'm not going to get into how my relationship failed or what I did or anything like that because it's nobody's business of my own. Because I don't want to give advice because I'm not a therapist, I'm not a doctor, and I cannot give you advice, and I do not want to give you the wrong advice. See, you're young, you're 23 years old, you still got a long time to go yet. The only thing I can tell you is don't rush into a relationship. Don't rush into a relationship. Date the person for a while first before you rush into it. Do not rush into anything because that's right, it's a cooking scope. Boy, I didn't realize I'd get into somebody be wanting to know about a relationship on a cooking scope. Yeah, kind of, it was. Now, meat wasn't so hard, but cheese, yeah, because cheese was my downfall. I loved cheese. So, to say that cheese was hard to give up, yeah, it was. But now I make my own cheese. I can make my own cheese taste just like the cheddar cheese. And, yeah, cooking does bring people together. That's why I'm doing these. I want to inspire people to do what I'm doing. Yeah, that's what I thought. Never rush into anything. That's the only advice I can give you. Yeah, cheese is hard on the digestive system. Dairy milk. Oh, thank you. Milk is not good for you either. Dairy milk is not good for you. I use the non-dairy milk. I use the, this is what I use as almond milk. You can also make your own. Use almond milk. I've got coconut milk as well. I've got soy milk. Any of those milks. This happened to call for almond milk, and I use that more than anything anyway. But it's better for you because you know what it has in it. Please, they're not here to give advice to you. They're here to watch my cooking scope. They're not here to give you advice. So please don't ask them for advice either. Thank you. Welcome back, Tora. She must be having a hard time staying on. Well, I'm going to have to go make me some more. It's gone, so I'll have to go make me some more. But it was okay. It was good. The only problem that I had with it, and with coconut oil, you find that, as my house got hot, because I had the heat on during the day, it would start solidifying. It would liquefy. And in the cold, it solidifies, and in the heat, it would solidify. It solidifies or liquefies, and try to put liquid toothpaste on there, so I had to keep putting it in the refrigerator. So I'm going to have to make another one and see if I can find a better one where the coconut oil won't liquefy like that, because it just got where I couldn't use it. It was liquid all the time. I almost had to put it in the freezer to harden it back up. But I do these scopes because there's a lot of people that don't know how to eat properly. And people are dying left and right. If you watched Nurse Phil the other night, anybody that's following Nurse Phil, he is in hospice care. He's a nurse for hospice. And he had to go deal with a family that are about to lose their loved one because there's nothing that can be done for that person anymore. And the sad thing of it is that person wasn't eating properly. When you're not eating properly, it affects you terribly. When people start eating better, then you have a tendency to feel a lot better. And it's a shame. Okay, take care, and God bless you, and happy Sabbath. But that's what it is. People live the wrong way. They eat the wrong foods, and they don't care. And thank you. And it's sad that, I felt sorry that he had to go to a deal with the family who's about ready to lose their loved one because they said there's nothing they can do for him anymore. Well, you know something? God is the great physician. He's the great healer. And if that person is meant to be healed, he'll heal that person. He most definitely will. He'll heal them, and he will restore them to health. Well, I suppose that there was whatever was wrong with them. They're just not. There's nothing the doctors can do for them. Basically, and it's sad when it gets to the point where the doctors can't do anything for them anymore. I don't want to get in that position. I really don't want. That's why I'm on this plant-based diet, because I don't want to get in the position where I'm going to, have to, be beholden to somebody else. I'm going to go. I think I'm going to close this Periscope up, and I'll come back on when it's done because I've got way too much time to waste. And I'll come back on, and I'll cut into it and let you see what it looks like. So in the meantime, you take care, and I'll be on in a little bit. Just listen for that whistle. God bless you all. Take care, and bye-bye in the meantime. Bye-bye.